Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're going to review Peanut playing Rengar. He's the jungler of the Korean team King's Own Dragon X. In this game, Peanut has 82% kill participation and KZA ratio of 9, which is pretty high. This is a Korean Challenger tier game, patch 8.2. In patch 8.4, they buffed Rengar, giving his passive ability a higher percent bonus attack damage, his ult Armor Shred, and his Q is now an attack reset plus an attack speed buff for the next 2 attacks. Also, this ability no longer has a shot lunge. Rengar is a jungler assassin who snowballs easily due to his passive that gives him bonus attack damage for every unique champion takedown. On having an early game advantage, Rengar becomes very hard to stop. And today we are going to show you how to snowball your games. In this game, Rengar's enemy jungler is Fiddlesticks, who has a very low early game impact. He has absolutely no chances to get close to his enemies without ult, so he's going to focus on farming. Rengar's gank potential also depends on his ult greatly, and Peanut decides to farm all the jungle camps to become 6 in no time. Both teams have champions who need level 6 as soon as possible. Level 6 Twisted Fate can teleport to a target area, ganking side lanes. Level 6 Karthus has a global ult that deals damage to all enemy champions. Level 6 Soraka has a global massive heal. So both teams are up for skirmishes with an instant distant ally support. In early game, Rengar is a strong duelist, unlike Fiddlesticks, who's weak in a 1 vs 1. Rengar's procast brings Fiddle down to 20% health, so when playing Rengar in this kind of a matchup, invade the enemy jungle as often as you can, kill your opponent and clear his camps. However, you should only do that if your solo laners are pushing, making it harder for the enemy solo laners to help their jungler out, since they will lose farm. And here is an example of a failed invade attempt. Rengar is too aggressive, he might kill Janna easily, but the whole team comes to her defense. So if you're unaware of your enemy's positions, play safe. Rengar has a good potential even till level 6. He has Q with a shot lunge, battle roar that heals him and additionally breaks crowd control effects, and bowler strike that slows or roots the first target hit. He also has a unique passive. While in brush, Rengar leaps at his target with his basic attack. It makes him a mobile jungler and allows him to hunt down enemies faster and easier. And now we can see Peanut finishing Sivir, who dared to stay in lane with a low HP. He uses E, but Janna flashes away. To catch up with her, Peanut uses Q and then roots her with E. At level 6, Rengar has much more gank potential. Ult gives him camouflage, movement speed and true sight of the nearest enemy champion within a sufficient range. When camouflaged, Rengar can leap to an enemy without being in brush. Leaping to the nearest champion deals bonus physical damage and reduces their armor. So now your main focus is ganks. In this game, Peanut manages to make 6 ganks in the following 10 minutes. Peanut's first item is Skirmisher's Saber Enchantment Warrior. Rengar is an AD caster assassin, so damage and cooldown reduction is what we need. Red Smite empowers our duel potential. Firstly, we receive 20% less damage from the smited enemy, and secondly, our AAs deal them bonus true damage. It's extremely hard to escape a Rengar's gank if there is brush near you. In this gank, Rengar leaps at Jace out of camouflage and uses E plus Q combo. Jace knocks Rengar back, then Rengar roots Jace with E, which he dodges using stopwatch. Rengar then enters the brush to leap at Jace once again. While in leap, Rengar hits Red Smite to deal more damage with AAs and finish his enemy under the turret, if Jace manages to break the gap between them by any chance. Don't forget that Rengar's passive also allows him to leap over walls if you have vision on the other side. Peanut uses his EQ combo again and then empowered E to root the target. Rengar can gank via lane without ult. He uses the high distance leap to reach the enemy and then slow them down or root. Even if you fail to crowd control them, the gank may still succeed because Rengar deals a lot of damage. The runes also adapt to his burst. Domination path with Electrocute Keystone and Sudden Impact rune that gives lethality. The secondary path has inspiration with Stopwatch and magical footwear. But still, Rengar's gank with R via lane is classic. If you see the enemy pushing the lane while having the river warded and thinking he's safe, attack right from under your turret. When almost there, just hit R and attack. Now pay attention to the plays. After jumping on Sivir and using EQ combo, Peanut has his W ready to break Twisted Fate's yellow card crowd control. He also uses Red Smite on him to lower TF's damage and burst him down faster. Rengar skill order. First of all, max Q since it's your main source of damage, then E, which does not only give more damage, but also a better slow effect at higher levels. Max your W last since it's not used that often and either stacks ferocity or breaks crowd control effects and heals you. Level up your ult at 6, 11 and 16. Rengar's second item is usually Duskblade or Drekthar. However, in this game, Peanut builds Hex Drinker instead of it. This item is very useful against Fiddlesticks and Twisted Fate's magic damage. Pay attention that during this dive, Peanut dodges the last turret attack with Stopwatch and severs Boomerang Blade with Q. Besides that, he uses refillable potion that eventually allows him to survive the fight. And so, Rengar full build in mid-game is the following. Mercury Shreds if enemies have lots of crowd control or Ninja Tabi against full AD team compositions. Skirmisher's Saber Enchantment Warrior. That increases your 1 vs 1 and gank potential. Duskblade or Drekthar as your main source of burst damage. Yumu's Ghostblade that gives mobility and damage. Guardian Angel in case of an unfortunate death or engage an enemy team. Situational items are Hex Drinker against burst mages, the Black Cleaver that gives you armor penetration if you build Bruiser, Edge of Night against a crowd control team. At about this time, laning phase usually ends and mid-game starts, but in this match, Peanut has given his team a huge advantage that allows them to destroy the enemy nexus in no time. And so, this is what you should remember after watching this video. Game plan. Estimate the enemy jungler's potential and plan a safe jungle route to become 6 as soon as possible. If you have a jungle advantage, play aggressively, kill the enemy jungler and take his camps. Concentrate on farming till you get level 6, but be aware of what's going on the lanes. There might be a chance of a lucky gank. After 6, gank every lane and try to get as much trophy stacks as you can by the end of the laning phase. When ganking, keep empowered E for the enemies who try to get away after your leap. If you get crowd controlled after the leap, use empowered W to break the effect.